Your headlines, Will.
Thank you, Ashley.
You're welcome.
Elon Musk is sounding the alarm on artificial intelligence in an exclusive interview with Tucker Carlson.
What's happening is they're training the AI to lie.
Yes.
It's bad.
To lie. That's exactly right. And to withhold information.
To lie and yes, comment on some things, not comment on other things, but not to say what the data actually demands that it say.
How did it get this way? I thought you funded it at the beginning. What happened?
Yeah, well, that'll be ironic. But faith, the most ironic outcome is the most likely, it seems.
Here with his reaction, physicist and machine learning researcher at MIT, Max Tegmark. Max, great to have you this morning. I think I want to pick up right there off that conversation between Tucker and Elon, which, by the way, airs tonight on the Fox News channel in its entirety at 8 p.m. Let's start, we'll go broader, Max, but let's start with the political leanings. I personally, I think many of us have seen the bias in, for example, ChatGPT. You can ask it any host of questions, and it will readily tell you what it will not answer. But tell me the implications of artificial intelligence that has a political, philosophical even bias baked into the cake.
It's just huge. And I feel like I'm living in the movie Don't Look Up, where there's enormous transformation happening in front of our eyes, and people still don't talk about it much. It's not fundamentally mainly about technology. It's about power, just as you said. When you give artificial intelligence the power to control our reality, you have in your show for many years talked about how algorithms and machine learning control what people can say, what they cannot say. Soon they can control what we can see, make up stuff which is entirely fake, etc. That gives just a crazy amount of power to the tech industry and to whoever controls this. And I think that's the biggest threat to our democracy we've ever had.
So I've seen you in particular, Max, describe the potential for AI. So let's take that forward now and say, okay, here we have an artificial intelligence with a philosophical and a political viewpoint baked in by humans. But soon, in your description, AI is godlike. How is it godlike?
Some companies are trying to build AI that's not just a bunch of useful tools to boost our economy like we've seen so far, but AI that can do all jobs better than humans and outsmart us at everything. In that sense, AGI, I think of as artificial godlike intelligence. And, don't take my word for it. Microsoft had a paper out recently saying that they already in GPT-4 see what they call sparks of AGI. And, it can be we're building these for artificial minds that will soon outsmart us at everything and that probably won't care much about us humans. It can be very inconvenient to have to share our planet with these. And that's why I've been, together with other AI researchers, pushing to put a little pause on this most high-risk part of AI so that we can get the benefits and keep things safe.
So you talked about it a minute ago, Max. You said we've worried about controlling the way we speak or what we read. To me, the way I internalize this AI potential is that then it controls the way we think potentially here, not just what we see, but it can control reality and how we live. And this is where it goes wild. You mentioned Microsoft. Let's talk about Google. Sundar Pichai, who was on 60 Minutes, and this is now Google here. You would assume pretty much the height of technology. Says, I don't get it. We don't understand AI. Watch.
There's an aspect of this which we call, all of us in the field call it as a black box. You don't fully understand. And you can't quite tell why it said this or why it got wrong. We have some ideas, and our ability to understand this gets better over time. But that's where the state of the art is.
You don't fully understand how it works, and yet you've turned it loose on society?
Let me put it this way. I don't think we fully understand how a human mind works either.
So, Max, it's learning on its own now. It doesn't even need humans.
As an AI researcher at MIT, I'm the first to admit that we really don't understand fully how these systems work. So let's put some safety rules in place before we deploy super powerful things that we don't understand. You would never build a giant nuclear reactor on Times Square if you didn't understand it.
Right. Well, Max Tegmark, it's a massive conversation. It might be the only conversation, to be honest. It might be the only conversation going forward, and we appreciate you having it with us this morning. Thank you.